Hello guys, it's TV Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and before we hop into it, I'm going to be doing a giveaway for this cool 2-player map. All you have to do is like the video, comment anything down below, and be subscribed. And this is a dank ritual map. Shout out to them for giving me this map for the giveaway. I'm going to go ahead and link them down below at the very top of the description so you can go ahead and check them out. And the giveaway will end in 72 hours. Good luck. And then also it's going to come with 6 dice too. So that's cool. And then we're going to go ahead and hop into this tier list. And I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this because I don't need to waste a bunch of time going over this. But, you know, we have S tier, which is like the best. And then A, which is like good. B, C, D. I know it's like a little bit weird to rank it like this since there really is no like S tier deck. I'm just going to do this like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and then I guess like some garbage decks. Because really we haven't had an S tier deck this format. Like there was tier last format. But okay, first of all, you know, we got Cash up here. The deck's very solid. It can play a very good amount of going second cards. Its end board going first is also solid. It can side deck shifters, so that hurts a lot of decks. I don't know, it's just a pretty good deck. Can play around a lot of hand traps. Even if it gets hit with hand traps, it ends with Cash, like just Unicorn, Fenrir, and stuff on field. And then I guess we'll do Trap Tricks next. I think I'm gonna put Trap Tricks like here. I don't think this deck is like that great. It has a really hard time going second, especially now that like everybody knows what the cards do because it had a really big hype behind it at one moment. Plunder. I think I'm gonna put Plunder like ahead of that. There's also Plunder Runic, which I'm just going to include with this. I think it has some potential for sure. I got to test it more, especially with like Ancient Fairy Dragon being legal now. There's a lot of ways to use it, whether you play the adventure stuff or you play Runic. And then we got Rika, Sun Avalon. I'll put this here. It's going to end up being like at the bottom of it though. I think that if like trap decks weren't as much of a thing, that the deck would have a lot better place in the format, but it really struggles against a deck like Labyrinth. And I'm gonna put Labyrinth up here. I think Labyrinth's fairly strong. I know people are afraid of cards like Evenly, but honestly, I'd be okay with getting hit with Evenly as long as I'm not getting hit with like a Lightning Storm and I have no out to it or something, or no way to stop it like Lord of Heavenly Prison or Judgment. I'm okay with Evenly. Because then I still have like my one Floodgate or something, or you know, and I just don't play in the back row cards as hard. You just don't have to set your entire hand and play into it that hard. Flounders I'm gonna put here. Yeah, I don't think Flounders is a very good option. The deck lost Statue, which lost its very powerful turn 1 play, and now its turn 1 is much more easy to play through. Like you can beat it with Engine instead of before where you had to have like non-Engine to be able to even have like a chance against it most of the time, unless if they were just bad and like left your Havness on field or something, just beat over Statue. Sword Soul. I think we can put Sword Soul like here. Nah, I don't even want to put Sword Soul here. Yeah, I guess I'll put Sword Soul there. It's like decent. It's not great. It's not completely horrible, but it is Sword Soul. It's not that great. I think it also is kind of hurt by the cards that people are playing right now. Like, Book of Eclipse hurts that deck a lot. And then there's also a lot of people playing Kaijus, and depending on your end board, like you can stop Book of Eclipse with Floor, but then if you get hit with a Kaiju over Grandmaster, then your Blackout's turned off. I don't think the deck's that great. Math Mech. I think we'll put Math Mech, oh? Okay, yeah, we'll put Math Mech like right there. The deck can play a lot of hand traps. I think I was actually sleeping on the deck a little bit before compared to now. There's like no Bastiles in the format anymore. Nobody's playing those cards. Even the branded players that sometimes play it only play 2 of them, and one of them is Lubellion. So you can just activate Super Factorial after, or like in response to Lubellion, so they don't have a Bastille in hand. And then branded. I'm not even gonna put branded up in S tier. I don't like this deck as much as I did before. Also, it was like a 3v3 event before, which made Branded a lot better. In a singles event, this deck is not as good. Also, a lot of cash players, you know, I mean, you got Shifter in the deck. A lot of them are moving from like book cards to more hand traps. You know, some of them still play some book cards, but there's more and more hand traps now in the deck. And hand traps do hurt Branded. depending on how it's played. Then we got the YuGiOh Runic. I think I'll put that deck like above that. The YuGiOh Runic is strong. The deck is definitely nice, and it has like a decent matchup against everything. Like, because the Runic cards, right? The Runic cards are just so decent against everything. It's kind of like striker cards. It makes it to where you don't really have like that many like bad matchups. And then Dragon Link. No, honestly, I can't get over the Sword Soul being there. Sword Soul's gonna go down there. I hate seeing it there. It's just not good enough. Dragon Link. I think Dragon Link can go. Kind of want to put it. Yeah, I kind of want to put it below Sword Soul. The deck's in a weird place right now, because if you hand trap your opponent, then you lose your Striker Dragon. If you don't hand trap your opponent, then they summon a Rise Heart, and that's also just very tough, anyways. The Bystials aren't very good right now. Like it actually just doesn't hurt like the top decks. Doesn't hurt this deck. It does hurt this deck somewhat. It destroys this deck. So the Bystials aren't like that strong right now. I think if we get into a format where the Bystials become a lot stronger, then we're gonna see something like Dragon Link, be better. But also, if the Bystials ever get super strong, then people can just play a different deck. Then on to the next deck, we have Pure Sprite. Pure Sprite, okay. This deck is atrocious. I'm not gonna lie. Pure Sprite. Probably go like here. Somewhere right there. Pure Sprite just isn't good because you need like a good side engine in the deck. The deck doesn't really just work by itself anymore like it did before. And its side engine before was like Swap Frog. Then I'll just do like the next Sprite decks. We got the Adventure Sprite. I think we could put Adventure Sprite somewhere like right here. I think it's okay right there. Then we got Live Twin Sprite, which I think is worse than Adventure Sprite, but not by too much though. It's like I don't want to disrespect the Rika deck too much, but the Rika deck, it has a hard time against traps, and it has a hard time against runic cards. So then like, you just naturally it can't go up more because it has a hard time against some of the most played decks. Even though Labyrinth has been decreasing in popularity from what I've seen, the Runic Nichiria deck has exploded in popularity. Then we got Melfi Sprite. I think this is like the best Sprite build out of all of them. I think that would have to go like right here, right under like the Nichiria Runic deck. I do think that the Sprite Melfi deck has a lot of merit behind it though. I've been playing the deck a decent amount. It's definitely the Sprite deck I put like the most time in with. Like this format, I think the Melfi cards are nice. A lot of people do know what they do now. They were definitely better as like a surprise factor than they are now. But the deck's definitely not bad. If you haven't tried it, I would try it. I think it's like a serious consideration. Because at the beginning of the format, I thought Sprite was just dead. Every version of Sprite, dead. Like, I didn't even put the Runic Sprite build up here because that deck is just unplayable. It is so bad. Then we got Cash Tier Adventure. I think the thing is I think Pure Cash is better than Cash Tier Adventure for sure. So, but the thing is this is still pretty much just cash, but like I don't know. This is going to sound a little bit disrespectful, but I'm going to put it like right there. I really don't like the adventure cards in the deck. I know they help solve like the book problem, but they're literally only good against Book of Moon and Book of Eclipse. I think other than that, they don't really solve the problem of the deck at all. If anything, it makes more problems for the deck because instead of having hand traps that you could have, you're going to end up drawing like 2 rights. Or you're going to draw, like, Temple Right, which isn't good in that deck. Or you're going to draw, like, I don't know, there's just so many, like, combinations of stuff. Or you just draw Draco back. Draco back's just not good. Obviously, you'd rather have a hand trap over Draco back. And, people will say, like, to make you brick going first, but they actually don't. Because if you think about it, they'd actually make you unbrick more often because you'd be able to, like, summon out a free level 7. Where otherwise those cards would be like hand traps, but that's not really a problem. It's the problem of going second. Like going first, Cash Tier is already good enough. And then it also makes it that way you don't really have as much space for more consistency cards in your deck to get to your engine, like engine consistency cards. Drytron. Drytron's actually not like, I don't think it's good. I don't think it's like super bad. I probably have to put it like here. I think I'm gonna move that up. I think I'm just gonna move Dragon down a little bit too. Then we have seen some cool Dragon lists though. I would like to be proven wrong on this. Everyone knows I'm a Dragon fan. I love watching Dragon Link play. We saw like G-Nets play the Dragon Kashtira 60 card Wombo combo deck. We've seen Ancient Fairy just, making not a huge impact on the meta yet, but making an impact on the meta somewhat. So I would like to, actually, I'm going to put that up. I really don't like this deck. Then Dark World. Now, Dark World, where would I put this? I'm thinking it goes like right here in between like the branded and the math mech. So I think it is better than math mech. Honestly, maybe I even put it above branded. I do think branded has a lot of problems, but it also depends. Yeah, I'll put it above there for now. Well, I guess for that, because that's the whole list. But I think like D-Shifter, Droll, and Lockbird, those cards are becoming more and more, way more popular in people's side decks. Well, Shifter really is just like in cash. I guess Sprite also plays Shifter in the side deck if you want to. But Droll, more people have been playing. You even see people main decking the card. So that can hurt Dark World a lot if they get hit with like Droll and then OTK'd. So it'll be interesting to see how a deck like that does. It's a very cheesy deck. If it goes first and all you have is like a low impact hand trap, you're probably just losing your entire hand and losing the game. But then game 2 and 3, you have stuff like Droll and Shifter to try to like cheese them back. So that way you can try to get them to pass, and then you just gotta like boop, end the game. Or try to set up a bunch of interruptions, and like solid interruptions too. You can't set up like weak interruptions. Otherwise, you know how danger cards do against weak interruptions. You kind of just like put a bunch of bodies on field, start baiting out the interruptions, and somehow you still just have combo with like 5 cards in hand. But that is going to be it for this. I'm not even going to use the C and D spots. I guess if I were to do that, it would be like maybe like this. I think that'd be like an okay way to put in the C. Unless, actually, hold on. Maybe let me move this down a little bit. I could do like C, and then maybe move that down. Actually, I'm gonna put that above that. And it feels like Plunder should be higher than it is. I really think this deck's kind of slept on. A lot of people still don't know how to interact with this deck well, which is one thing that's really going for it. And the Kaijus are strong right now, which Plunder can use the Kaijus very well, even though they don't need to as much as they did before, because they have Yord. I'll put that like that. Yep, okay. That is going to be my tier list. If I can put the tier list down below in the description, then I'll do that, and y'all can build the tier list how you want to, or comment down below where you think some things should be. Or, maybe you're like DB Grinder, you're dumb. Runic Nachirius should be like right here. Hey, I mean, if you think that, I wouldn't be completely against thinking that, putting that there. Or maybe you think I'm really dumb for where I'm putting Branded. Or maybe I'm just biased because I played Branded a lot, and I really don't think the deck is like that crazy. I've also watched a lot of Branded. It definitely has its problems. But with all that being said, again, if you want to enter the giveaway, like, comment, and subscribe, and you'll be entered in. Shout out to Dank Ritual for giving me the playmat and the dice to give away. I'm going to be doing more giveaways very, very soon. And the DB Grinders signing off. Peace. Have a nice day. Stay safe.